Sheppey Unsigned, live and stripped down, only on Sheppey FM. Your station, your music, your island. Okay, so like I said, we do have a guest in the studio. Hello, guest.
Hello.
First time you've been on the radio, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So, do you want to tell all the listeners who you are?
My name's P Double. I'm an R&B artist out of Kent.
Kent. What part of Kent?
Gravesend.
Gravesend. Little posh area.
Posh. I wouldn't call it posh.
We'd call it posh. We're from Sheppey.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
So what? Obviously, you said you're R&B. Why did you choose that genre? What was it about?
I've kind of been raised in an R&B soul, rare groove environment all my life. So naturally, it was the kind of music I love. But I do make other genres of music.
So it's a bit of a mix.
Definitely.
So you got your main one and then blend in the others.
Definitely.
How does that work with writing?
It works well because my musical tastes are quite eclectic, so I get bored probably staying in one genre and like to be able to jump from different genres. After you spent sort of 10 years making music, you get bored of just your own genre and singing about the same things.
So you wanted to change up for yourself more than anything? So you said you took a break.
Yeah.
And then you're getting back into it.
Well, basically, I had a production company probably about 5-6 years ago. Very small. We used to do a lot of the X Factors type stuff, which is just demos for unsigned people trying to get onto X Factor. That was our gimmick. And I had that for a long period, and then I kind of wanted to be a solo artist and sort of lost the love for music.
And then you've gained it back.
Definitely. So in that time, I kind of stopped to have some kids, have a few of them, and kind of fell back in love with music.
Did having a family help with the falling back in love with it?
Yeah, definitely, because when you step away from something and you're into a different place in your life, you kind of miss that part. So for me, I kind of was always like, oh my God, like hearing a beat on the radio and kind of singing along.
You're like, oh man, really miss this.
Exactly.
So you've been writing, what is it? Are you making an album or an EP?
At the moment, I am releasing a mix CD, which is just going to be a sort of collection of songs, just to kind of showcase what I can do. Initially, I entered back into this just to sort of songwrite for other people, but since then have got a lot of sort of following and response to the stuff that I'm doing.
So you're just like, no, this one's for me.
Definitely. But I am still, if anybody's listening, I am still writing for anybody, any genre of music. Yeah.
So it's a bit of a both then.
Yeah.
So do you think making this mix CD will help others go, oh, I quite like that, he can write for me?
Most definitely. I wouldn't say that I've displayed the different genres I can do, but it is a very sort of deep CD.
How many tracks have you got on there?
There's around about 17 tracks. They're all written by myself, except on the first mix CD, the instrumentals are well-known instrumentals. So to introduce myself on a more personal level.
Yeah, so get a bit of what people know, and then...
Yeah.
That does make sense.
Yeah.
That does make sense.
Oh, thank you.
I like to compliment sometimes, it's okay. So it's these 17 tracks. Are you recording them all? You used to be a producer, so you're doing it all by yourself?
Yep. They're all written, produced, engineered. The only thing I'm not doing is the mastering.
So you've got an outside masterer?
Yeah, I've got an outside masterer. I'm very bad. But yeah. So, but everything else is solely like me on my own. So this for the first time as an artist is really me not having anybody telling you what else to do.
Do you find that easier?
Yeah, it is easier and harder because it's easier in the sense that you get your own way all the time. But harder in the sense that it's sometimes better to have somebody to tell you when you need to make a big decision.
Yeah, and when you've gone a bit too far. Like.
Definitely. And a decision for me might take me a week, whereas I could ask somebody who I trusted and it would be done within 10 minutes. You know? So that's the pros and the cons.
So a bit more freedom, but sometimes that's not necessarily a good thing.
Definitely.
Especially in the music industry.
Definitely.
Do you find yourself critiquing yourself more doing it on your own?
Yeah, because before you want to show it to a person that you do trust, you want to make it the best you possibly can. So I find myself never ever being finished. Yeah, I see you laughing.
Yeah, it's when decide that stopping point, when you've got to just think, this will be fine.
Yeah. I think that's the mark of a true artist. I think there's a painter that I watched on TV that said that his painting's never finished until somebody actually takes it from him.
Yeah.
Because he's still, even when they're taking it, he still can spot one little bit that he could touch up or rub out, or you know what I mean. And I feel that is exactly the same with me.
Obviously, you do different genres as well. So how does that work? If you're like in a mood for the one genre, do you then look at the ones that are the other and just think, oh no?
I think that you've hit the nail on the head right there. It's what I'm in the mood for.
Yeah.
I can only really write what I'm feeling, and sometimes you're angry about something, and R&B just doesn't do it. It just doesn't cut it, you know. So
no, you don't really want a strong beat when you're angry.
Exactly. So it's a lot of getting stuff off my chest. A lot of my songwriting is, you know what I mean. Well, most of the best ones is normally when I've got some form of gripe with the world or my partner. Sorry, babe.
You do find that helps with the best songwriting though, when it's more personal.
Yeah, definitely.
Then I think the listeners get something more when a songwriter writes it from a personal point.
Yep. I think that's the only way you can feel an artist, is if they're telling you the truth. I think a lot of the stuff, when you try and copy someone, that's when you kind of fall into the sort of blurred beige category.
Yeah, it's all right, but if you're not really standing out, why should I listen to you?
Exactly. And most of the people that I'm influenced by and I love musically are people that changed the course of music.
So who would you say you're influenced by?
My influences range from, let's say, Biggie Smalls, then to Eric Clapton. One of the greatest songwriters I would ever say is a guy called Cole Porter, which was in the 1920s. Also, I love Elton John. Yeah, I know that's a controversial thing to say.
Nice. Yeah. I like him as well.
But as a songwriter, he's got hit after hit after hit after hit, and you'd be stupid not to look at him as a legend.
Yeah, even if you don't like him.
Yeah, even if
you
don't
can
like
acknowledge.
His genre,
you can acknowledge the songwriting skills there.
Definitely, and if someone's got hits for 30 years plus,
they're doing something right.
Definitely.
So with your mix CD, where do you see it taking you? Do you want to get back into performing? Or more just the backstage?
Definitely. Performing is mainly where I come from. I started off sort of at 11, 12 on a sound system in North London. I went to school in North London. And we used to have a sound system, one of the first teenage sound systems. And we sort of used to come home from school and have our parents sort of take us to the record shops to buy records. So, and on that sound system I used to sing. So it's just sort of progressed from there. So in my mind, I've always done it. I've always made music and always wrote in my rough book at school. Do you know what I mean?
You must have notebooks full of songs.
Yeah. Well, not in the last 8 years or so. I've got really lazy. Because of modern technology, I tend to just record stuff on my phone. Yeah, you can. You can just hit that record button now, and if it's in your head, it can just instantly come out. Yeah. So I tend not to actually see a pen anymore. Yeah, so obviously where you have taken a break from the music industry and come back to it, do you think it's better now with social media and the internet and all the technology? Most definitely. When I had my production company, we didn't have internet. Yeah, so imagine that. I want all of you out there to imagine that. No internet.
No internet.
So we literally had to print up flyers and posters, and we used to have a van and a driver at that point, that we used to like be out till like 4 or 5 in the morning, like literally with a bucket full of paste and some brushes and posters, and just driving around putting up posters. And we used to have to promote via mix CDs, pirate radio stations. So now, and also record labels decided who got signed and who didn't.
Yes, yeah, not the public.
Exactly. So in that, it is definitely changed the music industry. It means that a lot of people that wouldn't have got heard because they haven't got the right look or the right speaking voice or whatever, they're now getting heard. You know what I mean? Even down to things like X Factor. I did X Factor like 4 years ago. I got through 4 rounds. But what everybody doesn't know is that there were 4 rounds before you get to the live finals.
Yeah, I went to one of the first rounds, and it's literally in a massive hall.
Yep.
You sing a few bars in front of someone that's not even looking at you.
Definitely. It is
tough.
It is the worst experience of my life. Yeah, I literally wanted to leave and stay every second that I was there. I was like, oh, I should just go. Oh, actually. And then in the first one, I think it was in Wembley, and I got my golden ticket, which, do you know what I mean, after waiting there from 9 o'clock in the morning, I think I sung at about 10:30 at night.
Oh, blimey.
Yeah, it was absolute madness. And to be fair, in the first audition, the guy that I sung for, he didn't put me through, and it was the guy in the next cubicle that said, no, you come and audition in here. And then I got my golden ticket. So that should just tell you how social media has sort of changed the game.
Especially with YouTube.
Definitely.
And obviously you were saying, we were just talking off air, that you've just got into Twitter.
Yeah.
And finding that helps a lot.
I'm 3 weeks in, and I'm an addict. I have to say I'm an addict. But it's just meant that the right people can get in touch with the right people.
Yeah, will you be joining Sound Camp as well?
Definitely.
SoundCloud and all of that?
Definitely. Literally, there is no music available on my Twitter right now. It's at PW Music, spelled MUZIQ. And but the first mixtape of 2, I've got 2, will be in the next 2 to 3 weeks. I'm just literally mastering at the moment, so I'm waiting on a guy to finish and call me. And you know how musicians are.
Yes. Yeah, they can be a bit temperamental unless you keep bugging them.
Definitely. And I am definitely bugging him, so you know what I mean.
So obviously with like playing it live, I've never seen R&B live.
Yep.
How does it transist from, obviously you don't get stand up on a stage with a full band and instruments? You can, and I have done. So it can be done, and really that's the essence of the original music. Do you know what I mean? Originally it's soul music. It's the music of slaves who didn't have any instruments, so they hummed a beeline, stamped their feet, and created, you know what I mean, harmonies that way. So it's just literally that's what soul music means. It's just music literally from the soul. So the live aspect of it, I can't wait to get my fingers and toes back into that, to be honest with you. But it's just, like I said, it's been a really short journey at the moment, and I've only really been making music again for about a year or so. It sounds like a long time, but it's actually not.
Oh, definitely not. Especially to just sort of find back my little tricks and stuff that I used to do. Do you know what I mean? So in that, I feel that I'm back somewhere where I want to be. And
so where do you see yourself in, I don't know, 5 years?
In 5 years' time, I would have liked to have had a short but meaningful music career, and then maybe become an A&R, or...
Oh, so you want to be a scout?
Oh, definitely would love to, or just mainly a songwriter,
Yeah, obviously, is that your main passion then? Is the songwriting side?
Yeah. The notion of something that doesn't exist and then only the existence of me being able to create that thing is just mind-blowing.
Yeah, from nothing into
exactly.
something
A
amazing.
blank piece of paper, a guitar in your hands, and literally, you know what I mean, the world's your oyster.
So where do you pull from your inspiration? Is it everything and anything, or just specifics?
Pulling I don't know. Sometimes it could, like this particular track you're going to play, I was listening to one song, but watching a movie at the same time, a movie with Beyonce in it, where she absolutely kills this solo. And the story of Beyonce and the music from the other thing kind of merged to create just a weird paradox world where something was just created within 10 minutes.
Something happened inside your head.
Yeah, definitely. Definitely. So sometimes it can be something I'm thinking about. Sometimes it can be just, I don't know. I've had a song where I've been writing something and the Hoover's been going, and that note has just sparked something in my brain. It's just gone off into a whole song. Do you know what I mean? So it could be anything.
So we could put you in like the noisiest of situations and you can turn it into the song.
Definitely.
What about quiet spaces?
Do
you get the same from it, or do you have to have something going on?
I feel that true artists can draw from whatever space they are. So I just feel like there's going to be a different result if I'm in a studio than if I'm on holiday. You know what I mean? If I'm on holiday in the sun, then I'm going to get a totally different inspiration of where to go.
Because it's more at ease.
Yeah, definitely. But that's not to say that one's better than the other. One might create a hit and the other one might not. Do you know what I mean? Who knows? But for me, it's just life. Inspiration comes from life, man. And just whatever feeling I get in my stomach is mainly what.
By the time you get it to the recording stage, do you think it's changed or does it stay the same?
I think my journey has been more that when I first started, I used to hear probably the same quality of music in my head, but I couldn't get it out.
Yeah.
Yeah, and all what's changed is that I can still hear the music, but I can actually get really, really close to exactly what I'm hearing in my head. So we're really like on the verge. Sometimes it's not exactly. Sometimes I get to the recording stage and then I do it and I throw it all away. Do you know what I mean? And it just doesn't come out. But
you hear that a lot, actually.
Yeah.
It sounds really good in your head, and then maybe in 5 years' time you'll do it again.
Yeah.
And it actually comes out how it was in your head.
Yeah. Or sometimes you're in the shower and just the echo just sounds.
Oh,
really
you don't
good.
sing in the shower, do
really
you?
Good. Yeah, I do. And
you're gonna put a recording studio in the shower.
Yeah, and the echo sounds really good, and you think this is gonna be excellent. And then you record it and you listen and you think. My test is the night before. I always leave something in the night and listening to it in the morning. Sometimes you get carried away in the night and you may have had something to drink or whatever, and you've really thought, this is wicked, and you get up and we think, what?
Yeah, it's really not.
Yeah, what was that?
Yeah, that's why you should probably record during the day.
Yeah.
And not at night.
I think so.
Everything seems more... I don't know, everything just seems better at night time.
Definitely.
Whereas you play it during the daytime and it's absolutely crap all of a sudden.
Yeah. I agree. But
So did you have more than 17 tracks? Or are these pinned down?
That's the 17 on this mix CD. Like I may have mentioned before, I've got 2 ready at the moment. So I'm going to release one, and then possibly a couple of months after I'll release the other one. And it's just, the first one is more, like I said, the tracks that you've heard before and just what I think I can do with them. And the second one is more me. So it's more of tracks I've done myself mixed with other people that have produced for me. So it's all absolutely original.
So you have been collaborating with people then?
Yeah. Not vocally, but in production-wise, yeah.
Does that help with the inspiration side of it? Because they can bring something new to it that you maybe didn't think of before?
Yeah,
or
definitely.
Are you very stubborn?
But the ones that were actually on there were, I heard them and tweeted them and said, listen, can I just use that? Because that is amazing. So it was more of the track jumped out at me, and I decided, I got to please.
You've got to have something to do with that.
And like I said, the power of social media has meant that I can get in touch with this person really fast.
Instantly, almost.
Yeah, and get a sort of verdict on whether or not I can use your track, which I think is amazing.
So is that how you found the other artists, so to speak, then, through social media?
I found them, well, there's a few things I've only just got onto. So a couple of months ago I started on Bandcamp, which I think is another amazing app. And most of the artists that I have featured on the second mixtape are from Bandcamp. So it really, I did want to support more unsigned, unrecognised, because some of the people on Bandcamp are signed, but they're just not recognised. Yeah. So I wanted to sort of like mainly focus on people that I'm just feeling and not necessarily feeling their name. Yeah. You know
so the music side of it rather than the image, what they look like, who they're called. Because some of the, like you said, some of them on there are signed or have management, but they're still not heard of.
Yeah. And I think that that's something that definitely needs to change. I think a lot of the Twitter things, people are so, I know I've only been there for a couple of weeks, but people are so focused on their mixtape or their product that they don't think, even if I don't like this genre, even if I'm not really into it, let me just push it on to my people, because there might be, do you know what I mean, a few people that like your genre, but also like that. And I just feel like people are focused on...
Yeah, it's like when Linkin Park worked with Jay-Z.
Yeah.
You would never normally, if you were quite closed mind, put those two genres together.
Definitely.
But it worked.
Definitely. So I feel like people should be a bit more free with music. Music shouldn't be sexist, racist, or anything. It should literally be, if it makes your toe tap, you should just inquire about who made that, who sung it, where can I get it from. You know what I mean? You shouldn't care about what they do in their spare time, how they live, or anything. It should just be...
That's good music, organic. I'm going to listen to it.
That's it, organic. You know what I mean? And I feel like a lot of people on Twitter are censoring, doing what the record labels used to do.
Yeah, you find that a lot as well on Facebook and stuff. Which is why, like SoundCloud and what was the other one? Like YouTube, for instance, as well. You can play a song on YouTube and it'll come up with a suggestions box on the side. And it's just easy to just click it. Yep. And then suddenly you're hearing something completely different. But you never would have heard of unless you listened to that one you did like. Yep, I agree. And that's, I think that's the beauty of the music nowadays. It's someone like Ed Sheeran would have never made it 10 years ago. Never, ever. He's just not the right... He's a geeky ginger. He's never going to get anywhere.
Exactly. So he at best would have just been a songwriter.
Yeah, or Susan Boyle, for instance.
Yeah, definitely.
Amazing, blinding voice.
But a different route.
Yeah.
The Britain's Got Talent route is a very, do you know what I mean, controlled route. Whereas, and I don't think Ed Sheeran would have got through that.
No, it's true. So you agree with the programmes then, obviously, like the X Factor and The Voice?
Definitely.
Do you think they work?
Definitely. You can't, because we're getting more sort of underground and sort of finding people from weird places, you can't X out popular culture. Do you know what I mean? And the Simon Cowells and the execs and that, they have carved out Spice Girls and, do you know what I mean, One Direction, do you know what I mean, record-breaking acts. Who wouldn't want to be involved in that? It's just for them to kind of recognise that there are other people.
Well, obviously, One Direction, they all went on as solo artists.
Yep.
And then Simon Cowell was like, no, we'll push you together. And now they've made millions.
Definitely. In fact, billions.
Yeah.
In fact, as a collective, they've made billions. But to not have that in the music industry would be just a travesty for people that do get it through. I'm a great believer in, do you know what I mean? I can feel what you've gone through. When you see people on X Factor, you know what they've gone through. You know what I mean? I'm 40, they're 47, it's their last chance, they've sung in pubs and clubs all their life. It's like, why don't these people deserve a chance? If you've got the voice and you can sell the music, why not?
And they're still trying. That's what I like about them.
Yep.
They're still pushing for it. They've not given up.
Oh, if you're a true musician, you never stop, man. You never
You
stop.
can't
It's-
stop.
It's just something that's in you. You can't
Like
help it.
you obviously tried stopping,
Yeah.
and
yeah.
then
yeah.
the passion's just gone. No,
Yeah, most
we're doing this
definitely.
again.
Most definitely. All you need to do is hear someone that you kind of think is good but ain't that good, and then you think, I can do better than that. And then
Human
then you-
instinct kicks in.
Then you're back in. Then you're back in. You know what I mean? But that's the life of a musician.
So if you could change one thing about the music industry, what would it be?
What would I change? I would change that at the moment this new form of R&B, which is people are acting like it has to replace R&B, and I don't feel that any genre has to replace anything. When rock and roll wasn't the main music anymore, it wasn't replaced.
No.
Do you know what I mean? It just wasn't the mainstream music.
Just sat down for a little while.
Definitely. And for me, I preferred when R&B was underground anyway. Do you know what I mean? So in that, I just feel like at the moment, a lot of the younger listeners, I don't know how they fall in love anymore, because I had Jodeci or Intro or Joe or whoever to help me along. Do you know what I mean? Used to make a little mixtape. Do you know what I mean? Put it in, and it would help you.
And it would be a mixtape as well,
Yeah,
wouldn't it?
yeah,
Waiting for it to come on the radio.
Yep.
So you can press record.
Exactly. So with all this sort of sing rapping, it's as if like you sort of are Xing out the love side of, all right, yeah, that's fine, because it's a side of the coin. There obviously are people that are like that, but there also are people who are in love and who don't hate every sort of person that is in love. Do you know what I mean? So I just feel like soul sort of morphed into R&B. So I feel like it can either stay as soul or move, but it can't be gone.
No, it's not going to disappear, I don't think. There's too many people like yourself.
But we're fighting the good fight, and it. You know what I mean? We're fighting the good fight.
But you're still fighting, and that's what's going to keep it.
Yeah, and I keep going to all the old singers' concerts and putting in my £50, making sure that they still stay alive. You know.
Right, so obviously you're going to play a track for us.
Yep.
What track is it you're going to be playing?
Well, this is a demo, and it's called Listen. It was the one I was talking about that was inspired by the Beyonce solo in Cadillac Records. That's the film.
Hey, we remembered it.
Yeah, Cadillac Records. Yeah, it was that, and it's a sort of a throwback to the original soul, the Smokey Robertson, Otis Redding's, that kind of sad, draw an emotion out of you type song.
Okay, so it's obviously you're playing it through your phone, so do you want to get that ready for me?
Okay, cool.
Because I don't know how to use a Samsung. This is technology.
All right, there you go.
You don't even need to play it live anymore. You can just play it through your phone. Helps, doesn't it?
Yeah, see?
Right, so here we go. If you want to let us know what you think, it's 01795 665898. Off you go.
We grew together.
my mama, you'll never be here again. I thought we were compatible, but I guess you had your eye on someone. Hey, yeah. Want you to listen. If you listen carefully, you'll hear my heart breaking, baby. Listen, listen carefully, you'll hear my heart breaking, baby. Oh.
There you go. So obviously Barry likes it.
Yeah, Barry's good. Barry's got good ear.
And he brought our drinks in during as well. Yeah. So, right. Well, thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
Being as late as it is.
Yeah.
And we look forward to receiving the mixtape.
Well, you'll definitely be the first to receive it. I'll put a time of, let's say 3 weeks. 3, and I'll come back and possibly play it live.
That'll be good.
Yeah.
You can have a bit more time to prep then.
Yeah.
Learn a few acoustically. That'll be good.
Yeah, I will. I will definitely.
Right, so thank you for coming in.
Thank you for having me.
That's okay. And yeah, you can enjoy your coffee now while I get on with the work.
Thank you.
Hashtag Sheppey Unsigned.